Guys, welcome. My name is George Nassa. Today what I'm going to show you is how to create a curved prawn and try to import it to create like a 6 prawn head, 4 prawn head, whatever amount of prawns you wish to create. So we open our project, we start with our model, we go to flat, create, and then we're going to call this prawn and accept it. And we're going to, first what we're going to do, we're going to draw 2 rails. So they don't have to be any particular size. Okay, the height might matter, but so later it doesn't matter because you're going to bring it in. So they don't have to be identical sizes either. So as long as 2 rails. And we're going to create the cross section. Start from your right to your left. And it doesn't have to be a huge cross section, whatever you wish. And we're going to curve this cross section. So we're going to select it, press N for node, and bring the cursor to it and press B for Bezier and curve this to the shape that you wish the prawn to look. Okay, so that's going to give you the shape of the prawn. Okay, so we're going to sweep those 2 rails, select the top rail, hold the shift key down, select the bottom rail, cross section, select the 2 rail sweep, and you can see it created it. And we're going to apply and cancel. So that's what our curve looks like right now. Okay, so that's how we're going to curve our prawn. Okay, so we're done with this one. So now what we're going to do is we're going to be on the front relief here. So you could leave this at that name, or you could just click on it and call it base. Okay, now what we're going to do, we're going to select this, we're going to create another layer, and we're going to call this layer a prawn. And we're going to draw a prawn. So we're going to take a line, a polyline, select 1 and 2, and we're going to take the cross section. We can give it a size 1 millimeter, create, and we're going to cut this in half. So press N for node and bring this cursor in. You C for cut on each end, C for cut, you can see them here. Okay, so now you only have half a circle. So we're gonna extrude this here. So before we select that, click on that, press it hard on the left mouse button, you get these options. Press the extrude button. Okay, let's put this away for a minute. So we're gonna select the rail and make sure you use center. You can see the arrow. And then we're gonna select our cross section. Okay, you can see these arrow here, how it's on both sides because it's in the center. And select the cross section. And you can see how it created our prawn. So let's take a look at the prawn. You can see how it curved the prawn around it. Okay, you could play with the cross section, to the shape that you wish, so you don't have that little extra material there. Okay, so let's just give you an example by lowering this one down. That brings that prawn down a little bit. You could raise it up, and that you could stop where you need it to, where you're happy with it. Okay, so that's where our prawn. We're going to apply and cancel. Okay, this is our prawn. If you want to go back to the project, you could, if you shut the base, you can see our prawn is just straight prawn. Okay, we don't want that, we want it to be curved. Okay, that's why we put the base back on. So now we're going to take this here, let's park this. We're going to take a copy of the actual base, only the base, okay? And we're going to go to this icon here, duplicate relief. And now we base copy here, and we're going to send it to the back. It says transfer relief layer. Okay, so what they're going to do, they're going to cancel each other out. Okay, there's the base. Okay, so now let's go back to the back relief, only on the base layer. And we're going to draw our line. Okay, so we're going to select this here. We're going to go back to the extrude. Make sure you select the rail. So let's go to extrude here first. Select the rail. Select it. Use as center and select a cross section. Select it and make sure you say invert curve in Z. So let's look at it from the back. You can see how it curved it in. Because if you don't do that, we don't want it on top. We want it inverted inward. Okay, we're going to apply and cancel. So now let's look at them as a full prawn. By shun here, you can see they canceled each other out when we created the back curve. Okay. Okay, this time we're going to add it to the project. Close with the back relief. We're going to call this a prawn, add the project, and close this. So shut these off so you can see the actual component. Okay, let's center this. There's a few of them here from before. So let's close this here. We're going to select it and we're going to copy and rotate. But before we do that, we're going to bring in a gem. Let's pick the size 6.5, 6.5. Let's do this 3. Import the gem. We're going to rotate the gem first. So let's click here, select the gem. You could just select this and rotate it up. Right. Grab this here. Make sure the gem is in the center. Okay. We could raise it all the way up, or we could bring our prawn down. So let's bring the gem all the way up. Okay, so let's look at it from the side profile. Okay. So that way we have something to measure to when we do the prawns. Okay. So the gem is in the center. Let's close this here. And we're going to bring our prawn down. So gem, nudge, center gem that brings it down, or you could nudge it up. Okay. So let's just bring it back up. I just want to show you how to, so the same thing with the prawn. You can select the nudge and you can center the prawn that's in the center. Okay. So let's take our gem back and just bring that up. Okay. So let's look at it. Okay. Now we're going to take our prawn and we're going to bring the prawn around too as well. So we're going to rotate it in Y 90 degrees. Apply. So here's our prawn. We're going to bring it out. Okay. And adjust it so it looks appealing to the eye. Okay. So that looks pretty good. So you can play with it, whichever way you want. So we're going to copy this component now. So let's shut the gem because we don't want to copy this. We only want the prawn. Okay. And we're going to rotate this. Okay, so let's go back. Select the prawn. And go to this copy rotate. Make sure it's in Y. And select 360 degrees. Make sure it's in world center, not component center. Nest inside, no assembly. And rotate. So you have this here because I got a nice twisted look to it. Or you could just turn it and do it any way you wish. So you could do it a different way. Let's turn just this one gem on. Okay. So here's your prawns. Now if I would have put this in a straight way, I would have had a straight 6 prawn head. Where that one I kind of twisted it on purpose, so that way you could actually have a nice twist look to it. Okay. So I hope you enjoy this, but before I go, I'm going to go to the assembly and go to the component library. I have already created something that's already straight, so you can see what it looks like. And how I came to do this is you actually take a picture of this, just like we did the component how to import and size a ring. So we're gonna do the same exact thing with this one. But let's shut this for a second. Okay, let's shut these guys off. And let's import this in so you can see what it looks like, okay? So that's something I just created, same idea, but I kept them straight, okay? Instead of twisted. So I just wanted you to see that you have more options, okay? But that's pretty much what this one looks like. All right, so let's get rid of this, and you could actually go back to your prawn. So these are the prawns, these are the 6. And you could actually, I'll make another tutorial on how to actually create this and size it. Okay, I hope you enjoyed this, and please don't forget to subscribe.